And that's why a lot of their series go all the way, is because it really just comes down to that one last big clash. And if VSG can force C9 into a position where they're uncomfortable, you can forget about the switch up. It won't even matter.
Yeah, Gailey and Synchro. It was a question for them if communications would be a problem. They're of different nationalities and they both have varying degrees of expertise with the English language, but it seems like their language isn't any language that most people know. It's the language we know. It's Mobile Legends. It's what you do in game. C9 takes out the Jushin, and I wouldn't be surprised if this hero does not show up this entire series.
I told y'all, day one alone. You be cautious about Jushin. She presents a kit that no other hero has brought into MLBB just yet. She's a hybrid utility, mage, and support. Like, this is right. I think C9 is doing the right thing. Midnight understands. Midnight knows.
Midnight knows that VSG, as we mentioned earlier, is a team that loves that early aggression. And Jushin, it has been showing up here in MWI as a pick that if you have an aggressive type of mid laner, yeah, Jushin would be great.
And that's Synchro.
And that is Synchro.
Synchro, I'd say, maybe second only to Kiyowei, because she is a role player. She is a mid laner. I think she shines in her own way too.
Oh, definitely. So I'm going to be looking now later on what the pick of Synchro will be, because VSG, you know, these are like very standard bans in terms of this meta game. You take out the Angela, take out the Terizla, and you're even respecting the possibility of a Haya.
Yeah, but you got the Ling open. Very clearly, Cloud9's attacking Synchro. I was going to say Valentina's open, but that was a second ban.
Yep.
Now you got to wonder, what do you put her on? You want to put her on a Vexana? You want to put her on a... Oh, there you go, of course. Roger's open. Does Nicolette want a Ling? They want to steal the Julian this early on.
Well, either or would be great. Nicolette and C9 know that this is that assassin meta that we are in right now.
Got Gailey's Minotaur too.
Gailey's Minotaur. I would take Minotaur if I'm C9 right now. Take it away from Gailey, then you pick up either the Ling or the Julian would be great.
Put her on Exaya, but are they going for the early swap? Is this a sign?
It could be. This could be Ashley's Grok.
That's right.
That we saw in the qualifiers up against CFU. And they go for the Julian instead. So this is C9 sort of like telling VSG, yeah, go ahead, pick up that Ling if you really want to put it in the jungle.
Yep, and they're willing to go toe-to-toe. Like, this is them putting on their gloves and saying, you want to box? You want to go?
Yeah.
Enter the ring. Because these two alone are amazing. What? Level 2, level 3? You can really scuffle with a Grok and a Julian.
And with really good invades too. So Gailey will get her Minotaur as it was available for her.
The Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Minun gets her signature Yuzhong, and then boom, you can. That's a trampoline.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Look at that.
I like that.
That's a trampoline.
It's a trampoline with a little bit of a, I don't know, breaking your ankles in the bounce house because of the petrify.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, you get the carry for C9. I like the third slot carry here because just the Minotaur and Yuzhong alone, I feel like it's enough to say, yeah, we should pick up the carry.
Yeah, just between those two that could possibly compromise the front line for C9, the carry will punish. So put that on the Panda. Make sure you have another... Oh, I see what's happening here. I was just going to say, make sure you have a solid artillery mage. And what C9 is doing here is they're going to choke out the choices so that what's left for VSG might be less than ideal.
Oh, I got you. Oh, yeah, they're continuing to choke things out. They're really focusing on the mid lane here. They're saying Synchro's that problem for us. So to take out the Lilia, with how it looks like right now, the carry should be happy. But C9, they're lacking a stopper. The Ruby was taken away by VSG, so they're going to need an EXP laner here that can help defend the members of C9 that need defending.
I don't know if you want to send that Grok up, and if there's a... Well, the only problem I have with the Tams is it has almost 0 CC.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of displacement with the sights, but all you are really is just a, again, mobile doorstop.
Yeah.
It's not even the chunkiest, but it is active. And here we are.
Hold up.
VSG. If I'm mistaken, this is a debut, yes?
Yeah.
First time we're seeing Lunox in MWI.
And a bit of a reactions there from the members of VSG. Onto their own pick? No, I think Gailey just has something stuck in the back of her throat. Hopefully she gets ready. There's a bottle of water in front of her. But yeah, Lunox jungle? It's looking like it? Yeah.
No, Lunox mid.
Oh, Lunox mid, thank you.
Yes, sir. Roger in the jungle, put in the hands of Kiyowei. Rian gets her Claude, and now we're looking for that mid laner. What?
Whoa, oh.
Mid lane Grok?
Yeah. Mid-Grok, Rome Lolita.
Double tank?
There is a lack of magic damage, but there is the Julian, and you do have true damage coming out from the carry. One final word, Leo.
VSG all aggression. C9 gonna put up that wall.
All right, let's see if C9 will be able to ruin Kiowa's birthday, or will the birthday girl celebrate a really great day for herself and for VSG. It's game one between VSG and C9. Casters, let's go.
And go we shall. And again, happy birthday over to Kiwi. We'll see if she's got the birthday buff. Welcome to the Caster's Desk. It's me, Naisu, joined alongside Mirko to bring you this matchup, the West versus West, the rise of emerging regions here, of course, as we jump into the Land of Dawn for this first game of the best of three. Mirko, how we feeling, man? What do we think of the lineups here for both these teams? Interesting for C9 especially.
Very interesting, man. I mean, hey, Grok in the mid lane. We technically did see this already. I mean, on Ashley yesterday, right? In the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
There's an Angela paired up together with the Grok. That's the usual combo. I've never seen the Grok paired up with the Lolita. At least it's been a while. Now I guess we get to see. Clear is pretty good. Ashley, QC, not the concussive blast. So it is truly going to be a Grok mid. They're going to utilize. My question is, do they go damage?
Oh, like the damage build for the Grok? Good, actually, good question. And I think part of it too is the way that I see it, because we were in the mid cast when they had the tiebreaker game, but Ashley on that Grok did play a pivotal role in them turning that game around. A lot of poke here already early on, and the one thing that they do have to be careful for is synchro on this pick. Time and time again, we've seen debut picks, as Eternal like to call it, the DOD, right? The day of debuts is what it's been up to this point. And so far, even with the Loon Hooks, you have to respect the damage. You have to respect those Chaos Bolts once she starts to especially lock in. Even the first item, already is actually quite a big power spike. And I think, if you go the tanky route, which is what we're seeing here, at least with Ashley and Xayah, it could work. It could be enough to be that stalwart for them. But then where are you relying on that damage?
Exactly.
Panda to farm up. Oh, hold on.
Good side damage. Nicolette still holding on to the sword. Will be able to use the enhanced sword. Out Jewel going to be caught now. Minin able to dash in front. Petrify and a furious dive. Getting two members. First blood picked up. Ashley. DOT to get it down. And my God. Minin. Double kill. Picking it up top.
I'm surprised it's been a while. I mean, yes, I know Yu Zhang popped up yesterday some, but you kind of get refreshed when you look at this STC replay on why Yu Zhang is such a good pick. Look at the dive into the Petrify,
Instant.
and then the Essence, man. On point, plus the Warcry emblem, so that little bit of boost really does help kind of capitalize on those kills, and that's what I was saying. When you go back to C9's lineup, it's like you have to wait for your damage. Right now, it's just going to be Nicolette. We've seen this so much with the Julian pick, especially in the jungle. But you kind of lack damage. You sacrifice it for that durability, for that front line. And so sometimes it might just be for a VSG to be like, you know what, let's just fight. Let's just duke it out. We have the lineup for it. And then at the whole time, you just let Rion farm up.
It's the same for Cloud9, really. I mean, if we take a look at the play styles of Cloud9 throughout this tournament so far in the group stages, and even in the tiebreaker, Panda's just been given carry all the time. She loves playing this carry, and it's all about really non-laning for the carry. She's a really good, carry is a really good pick to just non-lane. You're just there, farm up, while charge on the Kyoe with enhanced chain as well. But they're unable to find enough damage. Xayah rotates over. Kyoe's like, yeah, nah, you're not going to be able to dish out enough damage. She uses the Lycan Pounce offensively. Meanwhile, up top, Minion going to be able to dodge away from the enhanced chain. With a Fierce Dive, going to be walled down. Good Petrify in Black Dragon form as well, but will be slashed from the skies. Xayah, now with the Bulwark. Got a bit of damage. Synchro with the damage. Now it's Gaily with a knockup. It's only on to Xayah, canceling out the Nuna Blast. Nicolette coming in with the enhanced sword. Finding the gap closer to get Synchro. Gaily.
They want more.
Going back, trying to deal some damage. Back again, immobilized, and the sword once more. Xayah picks up the kill this time to get Cloud9 in the lead.
Okay. All right, they got some fight in them. They have some damage too. It took them a little bit longer, of course, but great usage of that. They might still just put the pressure here on this side of the jungle. And, okay, Minun's going to be fine. But, yeah, this is not actually the way that team fight went. It almost looked like they were a little bit off, a little off-synchronized. But then they pulled on through for that skirmish, for that team fight up top, able to capitalize on a couple of kills. relatively still even, but here we go. Now the objective for the taking here. They're going to go ahead and start this one up, of course. But we'll see if this is going to be C9's turtle in their hands.
Gaily with a knock up. Exia still able.
Reset.
Just dash away. Nicolette back on the orange buff. And yeah, it's a reset, but VSG want to take this time to actually go for it.
Yeah, right now, too. Gaily doesn't have the Minoan's Fury just yet. Might be back up. That might be
Warax.
why they're stalling this out. Warax picked up now for Minoon. Has the Petrify available. They're going to start it up. I'm not sure what C9 wants to do.
Good barrier down. Ashley going in with a wild charge. Able to find the stun, but still Kiowe finds it. Good brilliance to slow her down. Minion finding the Furious Dive and the Petrify. But not to anyone. Not just yet. Numenal Blast. Connect on Kiowe. Nicolette jumping in and Hash Chain knocking 2 members up. But Gaily's still going to be able to survive. Jewel pops into Vengeance right now. Synchro does damage with the Chaos. And man, that's a lot of damage. Jewel shredded, obliterated, down.
That's what I was talking about. You know, the damage early on. Still going, though. Re-engage.
Flicker out from Synchro. Exia still able to find the kill. Now Kiowe joining the fight with Rian. Coming in again. Kiowe with Lycan form. Exia to be caught. Blazing Duet from Rian. Able to dish out enough damage to take Exia. But then the Blazing Duet gets cancelled by Nicolette's Enhanced Chain. And Rian is still staying in this mid lane, but won't be able to get any hits onto that turret.
This is going to be a battle, man. You know, and I hope that this series does go the full distance. You know, the 3 games that we're hoping for, because so far... Ooh. Oh, hold on. Minun? Is she going to be able to get away from this?
Nope.
Ashley didn't even need to do that, but that was just for good measure. Goes in with a wild charge, kill secured there, of course, for the team now. And that's what I was saying, you know, for the most part for these 2 teams, very even on the way they want to fight. It's just, now I'm kind of wondering, all right, where is that spike for both of the teams here? In terms of the power spike, you already saw that damage coming out from Synchro this early on. So, you know, for Cloud9, is it going to happen faster? Jewel in trouble, though, might be.
Vengeance going to be at back up. In 1 second, she does pop in the ultimate, doesn't use the Vengeance just yet, but VSG get a few good hits on the turret. So it's Cloud9 though, who are leading in terms of structures, and we get a good look at the items. That's a Holy Crystal Rush for Nicolette.
Holy Crystal Rush going to be there. Golden Staff picked up by Panda. And that's the thing, you got Glowing Wand and then the Arcane Boots. That penetration is what made Synchro hurt so much. There's the Holy Crystal locked in. A lot of this, the first item is being already picked up here. DHS as well for Rian. She's been able to farm up pretty well, you know, for the most part. And we saw her rotate really well up to that fight earlier on in the mid lane. And so that's something that Cloud9 now has to be careful of, especially with those Blazing Duets. Utilizing the Bulwark when they have it, or even the Guardian's Barrier from Ashley. They have a couple things in mind that they can utilize when it comes to those team fights. But now it's up. Turtle, last one of the game here. If either team does commit to this, but it looks like they're going to go ahead. C9 gets control of the area, but still, look at this, on the way.
Rian going to be assassinated. Nicolette finding the solo kill and the assassination onto Rian.
That's big.
That's massive. That's not just big. A good barrier. Exia rotating forward again, putting the Bulwark down. Really just denying any sort of retaliation from VSG.
Even down a member. Whoa, Ashley.
Into the wall, charged them without blast, stunning them in. A good Minions Fury from Gaily turns it around. Kiowe now with Lycan form, dealing some damage back again. Has a Lycan pounce, goes untargetable. Jewel walks in. Panda gets the fadeaway kill. And again, Cloud9, they get the better response.
Cloud9 gets the response. Now they're going to go for the turtle, but they are quite low. Gaily has the information here, Synchro, and now Rian's joining this fight, but too late, too little. Gaily will get away with her life, but the turtle secured for Cloud9. What a setup in the mid lane from Ashley. Let's take a look at the STC replay here. Keep an eye. There it is. Good wild charge, ultimate, and then even the Numenon Blast. And, you know, either way, when you're looking at this team fight unfold, the same can be said. The same can happen even later on with the lineup that VSG has. That's something that's going to be crucial here.
That team fight was definitely saved by Gaily there, because Gaily, she popped in, hold up. Gaily, just as I mentioned her, you know, I thought the Caster Curse was going to strike instantly, but yeah, Gaily pops in Minions Fury right as the Numenon Blast was going to connect onto all of the members. So if she didn't do that, that would have been probably a wipe for Cloud9. Gaily able to pop into Minions Fury in time, and that's what saved them in that team fight.
Minotaur's probably been, I feel like, one of the best heroes so far. Yeah. Not just here in MWI, but even for MSC. Such a crucial pick for a lot of teams to utilize.
All-rounder.
Minions Fury, the way that it works great here. Mid lane, though, still going to be the focus as both these teams working on the tier 1s. And I'm just wondering, too, if there's enough damage potential already for Panda as she picks up the DHS right on a Q. Oh, hold on.
Ashley with a power of nature. Get out of CC, but not out of damage. Good Minas Fury again. Oh! You can see that damage pile up as well from Panda on the carry. Jumping forward, but now without the ultimate. Now on cooldown. Nicolette's doing a good job, by the way. Just in her own world, in her own island up top. But that's good on the Julian. You want to try to isolate some of these members. And the damage is really starting to hurt. You can see even just the chain there. Taking Rian. Taking that much HP from Rian.
Yeah, both gold laners pretty much at this point are where they need to be. Golden Snap also picked up for Rian. And, you know, that's where, again, as we get ready for this Lord, it's up in 5 seconds here. The way you utilize these setups, the CC potential, once Gailey has it, MWI and Fury, and even the Dragon form, as long as Cloud9 plays against that, and vice versa, as long as they dodge that wild charge setup we saw earlier from Ashley, they're going to be good. But look how fast Cloud9's doing the Lord here.
Rian doesn't seem to be concerned there. Nicolette will be able to secure it there. That's a wild charge into the wall. Straight as Jewel goes in for a bit of damage onto Minion, but she's able to just sustain. But meanwhile, like I said, Rian up top, taking a page out of Nicolette's book. Last few fights. But now Nicolette will try to match that. Get spotted in the bush. Rian utilizing the defensive battle mirror image to escape. Tier 2, turret for Lord.
You know, Rian's probably like, oh, hold on. They're all in there. Zaya!
Oh, still able to escape. Gailey gets a knock-up, but it's only on Zaya. Now Panda jumps into him. Now Blast going to be able to connect right there, but the Brilliance gets him out. Kiyoe looking for the Lycan form initiation, but knows that it's going to be a bit too risky to dive in all alone. C9 pop in the conceal. And take a look at Nicolette.
That was a lot used. I mean, they still have the Lord to take care of too, by the way. But Cloud9 knows that. They might just go ahead and try to get some turrets, of course, with this first one.
Look at this.
Nicolette waiting. Oh, she's going to get spotted out. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen for them. But they can still go for the play, at least in the mid lane. Get a couple tier 2s if they can as well. Good thing that Nicolette did the work earlier on in the top side. But Lord will go down relatively quickly. Again, first one, it's already being taken care of by Rian. They want this tier 1.
Good knock up again. That's an enhanced in the back wall charge from Ashley. Getting them enough space to go for the tier 1 mid lane. Wow. With the first Lord in the bottom lane as well, those are some big minions crashing down onto the turret. A barrier placed down by Ashley. They will not be able to find anything else, but still, that's 2 tier 2s with the first Lord.
I feel like in a lot of the games that we've seen so far for MWI, this is the most kind of standard, if you will. It's kind of like this slow burn into that first Lord, because some games end, you know, you're already in the base after that first Lord take. But with these lineups, they got to be kind of more calculated, I say, with how they approach those fights, how they approach those team fights, because it's almost like once everything is used, all that CC potential, then it's kind of like you got to back off. Key item pickup here too for Panda. She gets the Wind of Nature now. She has that online. Divine Glaive for Synchro. So if you thought she hurt earlier, now that she has Divine Glaive, it's gonna hurt even Ashley, as tanky as she is, or Xayah, as tanky as she can be. And Jewel, I mean, even with this Thamus, you know, popping that Vengeance, jumping into the fight, you can see the build that she went to. You know, she's got good defense, but she's kind of like that extra front line. It's like, you already got the Grok there, full. Looks like pretty much tank build, by the way. We were wondering exactly where she would go. And you have 3 tanky frontliners. So jump in and then hope that that's enough to keep it together. Nicolette also picks up a Winter's Crown.
This is why the Lunox is going to be increasingly more of a threat as we get into the later stage of the game, because you have a lot of tanky frontliners, but hey, the Lunox actually thrives against those tanky frontliners, can go and shred you down, especially, I think, after the Divine Glaive. I mean, she might even go for Holy Crystal if she really wants to go for it. It's very greedy, but if you want that extra burst, if you wanted to get rid...
Just go Big Damn.
Go Big Damn, exactly, of these tanky frontliners. The main problem, I would say, for the Lunox, the Roger, and the Claude has been the fact that Xayah's Guardian's Bulwark has been well-timed in these team fights. So VSG, they've kind of lost a lot of momentum every single team fight just based on Xayah standing in their way with the Bulwark.
Okay. Look at this, how careful they are to approach the Lord. They got the information. Nicolette's not even around here.
Nope.
And Rian gives them that. She did take the purple, but this could be a chance for VSG to go ahead and play around the fact that Nicolette's way up top. And they might just go ahead and start this as quick as they can here.
Let's go wild charge into the back line, finding two members right there as Rian is able to dodge away from them. Now Blast Gailey jumps in with a Miss Fury, but still, it's Synchro who finds the Lord. Rian with Blazing Duet now, but they're all going to be gunned down. Synchro very low, still able to survive as Minion will be the sacrificial lamb to get them out.
Okay, they get the Lord though. They get the Lord off with that. That might buy him a little more time. Down 2 members though. Cloud9's gonna go ahead and go for the tier 2, possibly knock on these base turrets. You know, so is that enough? Was that enough value? They're gonna have to defend against this though.
Like and Pounce come down, Nicolette very, very low. Synchro jumps with the Brilliance, Widow Crown just right there. Excited to be slain at the bottom side. Tier turret, Panda now going 1v3, scratched away by the birthday girl. Kiowe with a double, and they still have a Lord.
Man, I was hoping Cloud9, you know, they would realize that they still had to deal with the Lord. But they go in, they try to get the turret. They do get the mid turret down, but at what cost? And now it's up to VSG. They're going to run it down mid here. Lord still on the top side. And still, members down from Cloud9 here. They got to wait, try to keep them at bay. It's Jewel and Ashley for now, but it might be too late here. How can they buy enough time?
Two base turrets taking down Jewel in the midst of it all, trying to tank it up, doesn't have the vengeance. That's Gailey again to knock them up. You can hear the drums once again as VSG secure game 1.
It's that victory song. You know, that's that birthday buff.
Now C9 will be on the blue side. The dynamics will shift yet again. Who all can we expect for the first pick now that Jushin and surprisingly Valentine blue side taken away?
All right, given how much success C9 saw despite not getting the dub, I think they are on the same mindset. Midnight specifically is we attack Synchro.
Yeah.
And then they, I would assume, make the adjustment of maybe we don't fall for the Lunox so hard.
Ooh. Alright, let's see if the Lunox will still end up becoming a factor here. So Angela, the Haya. Yes, C9 are respecting Kiowe, but at the same time, VSG, they're respecting power picks of Nicolette. Earlier, we mentioned the Hayabusa, the Benedetta and the Julian being pickups there for Kiowe. For Nicolette, it's the Hayabusa as one of her signature pickups in the jungle as well. Terizla taken out. What? Whoa. I did not expect this.
Ruby seems to be the flavor of the tournament.
Yeah.
Like she just seems to just fit into most lineups, whether you're in blue or in red, and can flex like nobody's business.
Yeah, not even in MWI. It was one of the key conditions as to why SRG was able to defeat Falcons AP Bren in MSC was because they had the Ruby with them.
That's right, which was played by MSC champions Humes and Kram. Very effectively. So here, you don't even know. You don't even know. Is it Jewel, Ruby, Jewel, or is it Exia? Or even, at this point, even Ashley. Like,
Mid lane Ruby, or Ashley Roam Ruby.
at this point, it's one or the other.
One or the other. Again.
It's like Prime Haji VYs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
like,
you.
It's just whatever.
Yeah.
And that's a strength in its own right.
Yeah. And I mean, we did talk about that as the draft started. VSG gets the Julian and the Minotaur C9. All right, this time they're really just gonna mash up the assassin duo. They pick up the Ling for Nicolette. If this turns up becoming a really great game for her, it's gonna be Nicoling. Surprisingly enough,
3 out of 5.
thank you. At least I passed. Only 4 wins for the Ling.
Yeah, it's been tough to be a Ling. Again, half of the teams in the groups are very damage-centric.
Yeah.
So when you're a Ling, you're not even afraid of just getting caught up by a CC or a trampoline. You're afraid of just getting blasted.
Yeah, just getting caught out. VSG will match the attack type of the carry. They go for dependable basic attack, fast basic attacks with the
DPS.
Claude, DPS. So in terms of the bans here, again, you're going to be asking if you're VSG. Okay, the Lolita makes sense as a ban, but I feel like it's a bit of an overthink.
It would not be out of the realm of possibility if they could just go Grok ban too. Just to clear it out. Like,
Just
okay,
to really say,
let's
no, you're
just
not
be
doing
safe.
it again.
Just to be safe, right? Like, what Coach Ola is saying is that Ruby better go into the roam, but so be it. It's the Fatamis. Odd how these two teams are just willing to let their mid laners stick it through.
Yeah.
They're just saying, hey, yo, Synchro, well, in this case, Ashley, just hold it down. We'll get to you.
Yeah, just wait up, just wait up. C9, they can take away another EXP laner option.
Loyi's open. Loyi's open.
Loyi still is.
She is.
Loyi, Claude, Minotaur, Julian. Sounds like great picks for VSG, right?
How? How is Loyi getting through? We saw Loyi in the previous series today.
Yeah. It feels like C9 saying we have the link anyway, so that whatever split push shenanigans or map presence will get equalized. It'll feel more like if VSG pick up the Loyi, it'll be reactionary to the fact of, oh,
It's
we need
open.
something to match it, and it's open.
Yeah. C9 wouldn't mind either way. It's just a safe pick at this point. It's not the best, not the worst.
Yeah.
She's reliable. Oh,
Whoa,
haven't seen him in a while.
that man is conditional. If they pick him up.
Yeah, no. Who are you finding? You can see in the face of his eyes, like, ah.
Wait, which? What's the Lapu-Lapu for? Is it it's a lane duel thing? Are
Is
they
it-
expecting the rubies going into the EXP?
Is it, I don't know, a preemptive attack at the Farsa? I mean, she's still open?
It could be. Well, with the entries, all of VSG, Farsa now would seem difficult.
Yeah.
They could go Kagu or something
Exactly.
like Lilia.
No, I think the Lapu-Lapu took it over the edge.
Yeah.
Like, the Julian and the Minotaur, it's a bad idea. Lapu-Lapu, you better not.
Farsa, forget about it. That's 2 picks.
Lilia seems safe. Lilia's okay.
Yeah. Lilia or the Kagura is what I'm vibing for. Oh, here it comes. Oh, let's go. Someone finally picked up a high loss.
Put a COD and a Thunderbelt on it, call it a day. All right, that's a DOD once more. Every day we're seeing something new.
And this might actually not even be a COD Thunderbelt high loss. There's a chance it might actually just be full defense high loss,
Just straight up.
straight up with how annoying he is. So with the way I'm seeing things, wait, is that a mid lane Esmeralda? It is.
It is. Might even be a mid lane Ruby.
I love this meta, bro.
Midnight, what are you doing? Coach Midnight, here it is.
Oh, and here it is
I
again.
hate to say it, but Reptar, look, there's 3 solid targets for the Lunox again. Look at the HP pools on the Ruby, the Hylos, and the Esmeralda.
Yeah, the Lunox looks. She was happy in the last one. She looks way happier this time around too.
Sword and the shield all over again. Hey, but it almost worked out for the shield prior. So
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe high loss, Esme, Rome, mid, EXP. We shall see. Might even be a mid lane Ruby, as you mentioned, with the swaps. Any last thing that you want to say before we go to the boys?
Nothing is beyond C9 right now. My mind is blown. I just want to see some good MLBB.
And good MLBB, I hope we get. That's it for us here. Casters, guys, what's going on? What y'all thinking?
Wow, I'm thinking we're gonna get some good MLBB. How about you? You like the high-lows pick?
I like the high loss pick. I've been a fan of the horse.
The horse. That's it. That's where.
That's it. I've been watching a lot of White Horse recently.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say yeah. All right. Well, I thought there was more to the horse, but you know what? Let's jump into the game here once again. It's a best of 3 spot for the semifinals for both these teams. Cloud9, after what happened in Game 1, they bring a very fun lineup, I'd say, with this, especially the fact that you have another debut hero pick with Xayah here on this Hylos pick. Oh, good early poke too. I mean, they're gonna have that, and of course too with Ashley here on this Ruby. A Ruby typically we don't see in the mid lane too often, but this is just that dynamic, you know, that C9 has brought to the table for MWI. The pressure here though. Okay.
Careful.
All right, she's fine. But I think one thing, too, you have to respect this damage from this Julian. I mean, Killway's also running the Warcry emblem. And, you know, Julian already does quite a bit of damage alone. You pack in some extra percentage.
Again, the knockup. Oh, the damage coming from Synchro. They might actually be going for this. She has to flicker. Decides, nah, not yet. Nicolette on the Ling, though. Trying to go for the invades already. Already ahead of Kiyoi, actually. Just in the first minute, but Kiyoi will be able to just pick up level 4 as well. But yeah, man, like Leo said, now the Lunox gets a lot of value. Same goes for game number 1, right? The Esmeralda, the Ruby, and the Hylos. I guess now Xayah has a Vengeance, so there's another way to actually turn the damage back around. In game 1, it was the Bulwark. Now it's the Vengeance.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean, even the placements that we see from VSG, the way that they also calculated things in the previous game, very impressive. Again, you know, for a lot of people, they might not know this, but they actually boot camped, I believe it was in Bali, like a week before the tournament. And it shows them, you know, that experience that they gained, however long that was for that week, whatever they managed to do is showing here in the tournament for MWI. And, you know, with the way that they're rotating, even with this lineup, I think, yeah, it's crucial. Oh, Jewel. That's the Chaos Bolt. You see the damage already early on. This is what I mentioned even in game one. I was like, man, you know, she does a lot of damage early on. What more when she gets that first or second item even? They're going to keep them at bay here. They're really forcing them out of the turtle pit. C9 can't even get close just yet, but they still might rely on Xayah here with that high-low. She has the ultimate available. Everybody's still available on it.
And now Xayah's gonna be isolated all alone. Gaily pops into Minon's Fury, smacks the hammer down, picks up first blood. And now it's Minon. Bravest Fighter, that's a stun as well. Used up Jewel, able to purify out of the stun. Gale again on this Minotaur. Just disengaging, but VSG are really just capitalizing on the fundamentals that Cloud9 want to play with. They always position to turtle, and now they get punished. They get punished for even walking up to the bushes near the river.
Yeah, it's almost like, I don't know, hold on, Jewel, is she gonna be okay from this?
I don't think so, man. Just a few more blades, one last shot should do it. She gets the shielding, but look at the tank in the jungle, the turrets, Kyoe diving in, enhanced chain. That's the elephant to take Jewel down.
It is, and they're trying to make a play here on the bottom side. Not gonna happen, but, you know, going back to it, it's like, you know, you wanna see how are you going to utilize the Hylos pick? You want to kind of, I would say almost better for this lineup to just drop that pathway down earlier, the Glorious Pathway, and let it, you know, you get that speed boost or that reduced movement speed that you can work with, plus that heal, even the Vengeance. So they're going to force Rian out of here.
She actually decides to go for the Battle Member image in front of the Blazing Duet too. That's the fadeaway, jumps back towards the BMI. And Gale's right there to get the motivation roar. Well played.
Good timing. Well played. Yeah, you're right. For VSG, able to make that move, and they're really good. This is what I was talking about earlier, man. The way that they rotate around the map and that they're there for those moments, those timings. VSG has that seemingly really good timing already. For Cloud9, it feels like they're still really trying to make this lineup that work, and now you already see VSG. Hold on.
Good chain into the chaos. Xayah trying to run away with the Glorious Pathway. That's an I'm offended, connecting on the two members, bringing them back under the turret. But Minon zoning Nicolette away with the Bravest Fighter. Kyoe on the purple buff. Jewel trying to look for an opening here. Nicolette gonna be zoned again. Ashley, no, I'm offended. That's a Minon's Fury connecting there, but the Tempest of Blades will be used up. Nicolette still isn't able to find the purple buff. It was Kyoe, and she finds a kill on top of it all.
This is what's tough, man. You get to a point if you're C9 to be like, all right, things are falling apart in the early game for us, and now our resource, our most valuable resource, mind you, for Nicolette is going to be focused on, put the pressure there, and you lose bodies for it. It's too expensive. Nice. It's too much to handle because with this kind of lineup, and especially having a Ling there, I mean, we saw the win percentage in the draft. It's not too good. And
25%.
25%, another objective is going to get taken. So, and there's a reason.
Oh, no.
Oh, hold on.
Again, oh, the immobilization with the chain. The enhanced scythe, and then again, the roamer that's been killing.
Where can they make a play for C9? Where can they find their own moment here? Because right now, that's what I was saying, you know, you just get to a point where you're so far behind, and it's tough to find your winning condition at this point. Even early on already, Brilliant's going to be used under the turret, forcing them back. So VSG is just trying to brute force themselves, even for these tier 1 turrets. And at this point, you kind of have to think, all right, for C9, what do we do? How do we get back in this game? Because obviously we have lost the early game. And at the same time, we have to protect this purple buff. And that's why you see VSG playing around that. You know, they see this wound and they continue pressing on it because that's all you have to do for VSG to delay it even further because eventually Cloud9 can farm up, but Xayah,
Glorious Pathway with a Vengeance used up. They're trying to bait out as many resources as possible. Synchro dealing a lot of damage already, and Ashley already used the I'm offended. Now Panda goes for a trade up top, but might be cut off. Minon has the Bravest Fighter. Doesn't decide to use it. Panda, good positioning back again after getting that turret.
All right, 3,000-ish gold is not anything too crazy. as long as Cloud9 doesn't lose any, bodies here from this point on, they can farm up at least for Panda. She can do what she needs to do because you've only got that Berserker's Fury here for Nicolette. Panda has the Corrosive Scythe working on her next. Dvorak's there for Ashley. And that's the thing, man. It's just like itemization-wise, firepower-wise, it's not going to be there for a while. Even with the lineup that they already had, it wasn't going to be the case unless Nicolette had a great start, which is why we see these assassin junglers, play their part so well if they get that early lead. Look at this, Nicolette going to be forced even just to fight for these regular camps for her. And a lot of the times, too, now that you have Gailey picking up the Flask of the Oasis, it's even harder to get through that sustainability, to get through that motivational roar, healing, and this is just going to be another turtle taken here.
The chaos now, I mean, at this point, all the neutral objectives are just getting taken out so quick.
So fast.
The Julian in itself, you can clear really fast with the Enhanced Scythe. On top of that, you have Synchro. Enhanced Chain going to be used up onto Ashley there. Minus Fury again. Gailey finding 3. Even the Vengeance is not going to be enough. Now it's going to be Minden with a bravest fighter to the back line. Finding Panda with the last swing. And now it's Rian. Gunning Jewel down. Running away real quick. But the last skill one gets her. The act of thievery stealing away the lives of Cloud9.
I'll take that stack. I'll take that kill. And they take everything in that exchange. VSG. I think at this point, they all have the birthday buff, man. They're playing this game so well, it's our perfectly.
Birthday.
It's our birthday at this point. And, when you're looking at this kind of, again, they're just planting themselves in the jungle here for Cloud9.
No.
What can you do? What more can you do aside from just look and have everything taken in front of your eyes? Panda does get a golden staff, but again, every time that this happens, you're looking at adding an extra minute to getting that playback potential from C9 now. Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Nicolette?
Wait, you gotta be careful. She walked into Dexter there. Oh, that looked close. Gailey, though, rotating over. Pinch poised by Nicolette. No one there to catch her, so it's a good assassination up top onto Rihanna. She gets out. It looked close. It looked really scary. She walked over to Dexter, but it's all good. They get something on the board, finally.
At least they get on the board. Good shot of what's at stake there, right? The close-up of the keys that have been crushed already,
man.
For MWI. Cameraman doing work there. But, that's the thing, man. When you look at it, Cloud9, they did make a comeback in their tiebreaker yesterday. Now, can they do that here? Is that something that's possible in this game with this lineup? You have to start thinking about if they get to that mid-game, late-game transition and they get to the late game, what is this lineup going to be able to do for them? I think even yet, they should just give up the first Lord. They really shouldn't contest it because they're just not in position to go toe-to-toe yet. I mean, even look at the level gaps across the lanes here. At that point, too, you have to be very crucial. I mean, Jules only level 8 to Minun's at level 11. And even with an Esmeralda, you're not going to really be able to be up front like you hope. So it's up to VSG. They might even just try to bait this out, force C9 to have some form of confidence to see if they can turn things around. But honestly, for C9, they need to buy as much time as possible. Wait for that moment. Nicolette?
Another one going with the Blazing Duet now. Rihanna able to get the solo this time around. Disaster for Cloud9. Minin, bravest fighter, glorious pathway placed down by Xayah just to disengage. The assassin lost in a 1v1.
That's not good. Yep, Nicolette going down there, especially against the gold laner from VSG, is just going to resort to a Lord secured, an objective secured. Again, she's really just trying to do what she can. You can't count out the fact that Nicolette at this point, especially because she hasn't had a purple buff in a while, she's not going to have the next one either. She's just trying to push the side lanes, trying to get something because otherwise they're forced to get nothing. And for VSG, they're going to continue to put the pressure here everywhere. I mean, again, Synchro getting that purple buff is going to make things much worse. She's already got multiple items that she needs to tear through the front line. I mean, what you can call it a front line from Cloud9 here. And as they get ready, Lord, it's down on the bottom side. They're going to keep Nicolette there, but VSG eyes set here on these other lanes, especially in the mid.
Nicolette sent down there without a purple buff. You can see the rest of the members already going to the mid lane, picking up the tier 2. Kiyoi wants to challenge Nicolette into a 1v1. Enhanced Chain going to be used up there. Nicolette deciding to just finch poise out away from that Lord. But VSG, they've always been really impressive with how they manipulate these waves. They let the bottom lane push by itself with the Lord. and they're just going to build up a big wave together with the mid lane. Luckily, Nicolette dealt with it a bit, right? It's taken out a half HP, so it might not be able to really crack this base turret open, but it will get the holy defense before even the next minute wave coming down. Xayah again, even with the vengeance, gets melted down. A blazing duel once again as Kiyoe jumps in forward. A good falling star moon lock them down into the turret. Minion is still able to flicker out to safety. Enhanced sword there. They only lose the Minotaur. They traded for the horse. 1 for 1.
A cow for a horse.
A cow for a horse.
You know, good
a
trade.
bull for a horse.
Bull for a horse. Sorry, yeah, bull for a horse. Good trade there. But you know, you're seeing it, man. And I would say, like, even for this, okay, I'm offended, gonna be used.
Ashley,
Brilliance.
I'm offended. Synchro just says, oh, okay.
I see you guys are here, right? But now still, they're actually going to still force C9 to fight for this purple buff. I don't think they're going to get it, though. They know the I'm Offended's gone, and they're not going to get it. Nicolette even utilizing the Retribution. So this is a very hungry, a very starved, very 25% win rate Ling. It's so tough to be in. I mean, even looking at the damage dealt, guys, you can already see how much of a disparity there is here in terms of fighting potential for Cloud9. Best thing they can do is stall things out as long as they can. We're talking nearly 5+ minutes at this point to get the items that they need. Once they get to that point, then they can hope they can pull a defense off. I think one of the biggest problems, though, is, you know, when you're in the defense mode in your base, what's your clear speed look like? It's not that great.
No.
You don't have that traditional mage in the mid lane to help clear things out, especially with your marksman. And, you know, you have, it's all about time. It's all about being able to clear things out. You got to carry, but, you know, you're there to shred a little bit. You know, the best thing you can do is shred down some of the minions.
Well, let's see. Cloud9 already posturing up. Trying to go for perhaps just the pick off here. Whoever wants to try to 1v1 Nicolette, maybe it's not going to be a 1v1 this time, right? Now with a Ruby down below. It does seem like for VSG, they're just going to go straight for the Lord. They don't even care about the side lane anymore. They know it's just a tier 1 there.
Yeah,
Synchro.
They trade it.
They already used the Chaos. Minute jumps in with the Bravest Fighter. They're going to be able to rush it down. Kiyoe fighting. Nicolette still jumping in. Minus Fury connecting onto 2. Panda knocked up and obliterated again by Rian with the Blazing Duet. 2 for 0. An enhanced Lord. 13 minutes in. It's looking blink. Oh.
Yeah, it's grim here at this point. The STC replay, you saw they were off timing on this. They wanted to push that in the bottom lane, the tier 1, but yeah, VSG doesn't care. They would rather get the Lord, and you know, you were almost thinking, all right, maybe Nicolette could get there in time to try to do some miraculous steal with the Retribution, but they were just too late by a second or two. And taking a look even at the items, once again, look at the difference in gold here across the lanes.
Oh no. Even
for that, Nicolette, she's gonna get chased down, doesn't have a purple buff too, so they might just leave her to it, but they still have a Lord down in the bottom side. Oh, Minun knows. She's gonna go ahead and stop Nicolette. Orange buff still there too, but she's gotta get back to the base here. She's gotta help the team defend this. She is there in time, but now, will they be able to even hold on to the base?
Rian going to be engaged upon now with Wind of Nature, able to survive just a bit. Nicolette with an amazing assassination as Panda deals with the bottom lane. Xayah pops in the pathway. Synchro baited out there. The Chaos. Good stun over the Jewel, still able to survive under the turret. They're able to defend, but they lose a base turret. Now another one in the mid lane with the Brilliance going to be used up. Again, Panda still able to evade. Now an I'm Offended. Brilliant Synchro all the way back for Panda to free hit. It's going to be Jewel in the midst of it all, caught by the enhanced chain slash again. Picking up a killing spree, Kiyoe. The birthday girl walking forward, another chain. That's a double. Looking for a triple right now as Xayah tries to soak in enough damage. Another chain with the elephant coming up, but the Temple of the Blade saves her. I'm Offended, bringing her back once again. Winter Crown going to be used up by Kiyoe. Now another chain used up again, but finally, Nicolette finds a shutdown. Looking for a double kill herself, goes over to the Viant Blade, goes to the Finch Poise. Up top she goes to clear the wave, but look at the bottom wave. Minion on the base, trying to go for the crash down. Xayah gonna be knocked out, forced to use the vengeance now, and that's a fadeaway kill from Minion. It's just 1 versus 2. Nicolette versus Minion and Kaylee, and she is able to delay for a bit.
Is it enough time though? I mean, Jewel is up, but now Rion's here for the fight. Are they still gonna put the pressure on the base?
It's gonna be tough. Again, Temple of the Blades used up, and the Minus Fury will be dodged away from Blazing Duet. The fadeaway shots now as Panda pops over to Nature, comes back in with the light wheels, but it's not gonna be enough. Panda's gonna be slain. That's a triple. Ashley trying to save the game, finding 2. That's 1 more member. Minion on the base. The Minute Wave's still there. Play the victory song.
VSG has done it again.
One hit, one minion left there. But VSG, they don't care. They'll go in together. It's their birthday, and it's their victory. Again, great try there. Great effort for that defense from C9. But it was just too much to get the grounds back. They were too far behind in too many places, and VSG knew how.
Yeah.